What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya Ame'rie, and this is Cooking for Beginners with Meals by Maya, a 30-day series where I teach beginners everything they need to know to start their cooking journey. And in today's episode, episode 18, we're breaking down how to make Cajun Orzo Alfredo. This is pretty much a level up pasta for beginners. Alright, y'all, so in today's episode, beginners are going to learn how to marinate and season with confidence. You're also going to learn how to cook chicken evenly, toast pasta for flavor, and build a creamy sauce without breaking it down. By this point in the series, you've learned the basics. Now it is time to level it up. So first, let's get into our ingredient list. For this Cajun Orzo Alfredo, you'll need 2 chicken breasts. For seasoning, I like to season with Italian seasoning, Slap Ya Mama, Tony's Creole, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika for some color, salt. Then for our veggies, we're going to be using sweet onion and garlic. If you don't want to chop fresh garlic, you can use minced garlic. And for this recipe, I am meal prepping, so I'm going to be using 2 boxes of orzo. You'll also need chicken broth, heavy whipping cream, fresh Parmesan, and some parsley. Now, I know this looks like a lot, but it's just about layers. So now that we have all of our ingredients, let's get into prepping and marinating the chicken. First, to our clean chicken, we will pat it dry. You always want to pat your chicken dry because this is going to help your seasoning stick to your meat and creates a better sear. Personally, when I'm cooking with chicken breast, I like to slice my breast in half. This is so important, especially when you're working with thicker meats. Slicing your breast in half is going to help them cook evenly. As mentioned in the seasoning episode, I always start with about a tablespoon of seasoning and kind of add on from there. For something like this, you always want to season generously because this is where all of that Cajun flavor is going to be coming from. Our Italian seasoning is going to be that herb base. Our Cajun seasoning is going to be that heat. That's also going to give some depth to our meal. Our paprika is going to give our meal the color. And then our garlic and onion is going to be the foundation. Once your meat is seasoned to your liking, I like to cover my mixing bowl with plastic wrap and set my chicken in the fridge to marinate. Marinating gives the seasoning time to really work into the chicken. Once your chicken is marinated to your pot or pan, you're going to coat it with that neutral oil. We're going to be searing here, so you want to make sure that your heat is on medium high. You're going to sear your chicken for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, removing from the heat and letting it rest. A meat thermometer is really going to come in handy when you're searing your chicken, and if you need a full breakdown on how to make the perfect juicy chicken, head back to that episode. Now that our chicken is ready, let's get into building that base. To that same pan, we are going to melt down some butter with our oil. And here we're going to saute our onion and garlic until translucent. Now for our orzo, this is where we're going to add it in and begin to toast it lightly. Toasting pasta gives it a deeper, nuttier flavor. Once our orzo is toasted, this is where we're going to add in our chicken broth. Once we add in our chicken broth, give your pot a stir and bring that broth to a simmer and re-season with those same seasonings that we put in for the chicken. Seasoning in layers is what makes the taste complex. Here we will cover and cook our orzo until tender. Now let's get into building the sauce. On low heat, we will begin to add in our heavy whipping cream and our fresh Parmesan slowly and gradually. As you're doing this, you want to make sure that you are stirring your pasta constantly, but you don't want to rush the cheese to melt. This is why we're doing this on low heat. If you're finding that your pasta is too thick, you can add some more chicken broth. Now we will slice our chicken, add it back to the pan, and begin to toss it gently. Here you can top it with more Parmesan or parsley. And you always want to remember to taste your food before you serve it. Add any salt or more seasoning if needed. All right, y'all, that is the end of this episode. If you loved this Cajun Orzo Alfredo, in the next video, I'm breaking down 3 different ways to cook chicken so you can use it on meals like this all week. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.